You should shop locally. Have you ever been in the middle of baking a cake and realize you don't have any eggs? What are you going to do? Are you going to run to a Walmart that is an hour away? Or are you going to go to your locally owned grocery store that is a block away? What if that local grocery store was not there? You would be completely out of luck. This is one of the many reasons as to why you should shop locally. You should shop locally. I will state 3 reasons why you should shop locally. 1. Shopping locally is good for the community. 2. Shopping locally helps the economy. And 3. Local businesses have one-of-a-kind business. First, it is very important to keep money in the community so the community can keep functioning. Shopping locally is good for the community. Michael H. Schumann, author of Going Local in 2010, writes, "Going local does not mean walling off the outside world. It means nurturing locally owned businesses which use local resources sustainability, employ local workers at decent wages, and serve primarily local consumers." Compared to chain stores, locally owned businesses recycle a much larger share of their revenue back into the local economy, enriching the whole community. A 2008 study of Kent County commissioned by Local First says that Local Works, examining the impact of local business on the West Michigan economy, the study determined that just 10% shift in consumer spending towards locally owned businesses would create $140 million in economic activity. $73 of every $100 spent stays in the community. By contrast, only $43 of every $100 spent at a non-locally owned business remains in the community. Shopping locally recirculates money back into the community, so it is beneficial to everyone, including yourself. Shopping locally is good for the community. Shopping locally does not only benefit the community by putting money back into the community, but secondly, there is less relying on other places. If enough gas money gets built up so that locally owned businesses are able to produce their own goods, then we do not need to spend money on the transportation and other costs of goods. Shopping locally helps the economy. According to Stacy Mitchell, a senior researcher with the Institute for Local Self-Reliance, where she directs initiatives on independent businesses and community banking, on December 10, 2012, local stores in town centers require comparatively little infrastructure and make more efficient use of public services relative to big box stores and strip shopping malls. By shopping locally, you are creating jobs for people in your community for obvious reasons, like they have a place to work and will stay in business. If there are no businesses in a community, then the community dies. Food transportation is now the largest component of air freight, the most polluting form of transportation. Combined with trucking, refrigeration, and packaging, transportation of food is a major contributor to air pollution, climate change, and waste. Buying locally will dramatically reduce the environmental impact of your meals, while also protecting valuable agricultural land in the region from industrial and residential development. A marketplace of tens of thousands of small businesses is the best way to ensure innovation and lower prices over the long term. According to Beyond the Market Project, an economic development strategy to support the local food and agriculture sector, says that when buying things like fruit and grown produce, stuff that is grown locally that is helping the farmers in your area that are supplying you with that delicious food because the farmers are being paid directly. By supporting local farmers today, you can help ensure that there will be farms in your community tomorrow, and that future generations will have access to nourishing, flavorful, and abundant food. Also, local independent business assists the community through a multiplier effect. $1 spent at locally owned businesses will turn 5 times that amount within the community through the city taxes, employees' wages, and purchase of materials and supplies at other independent businesses. In addition, these businesses will turn that dollar back into the community through the funding of schools, social services, and contributions to local nonprofit organizations. So let's eat fresh, eat tasty, and eat healthy. Let's eat local. By shopping locally, you are benefiting the economy by producing more jobs and also keeping the local farmers in business. Not only does shopping locally benefit the economy, but thirdly, locally owned businesses have awesome one-on-one service. Local businesses have one-of-a-kind business. Stacy Mitchell, a senior researcher with the Institute for Local Self-Reliance, says that a multitude of small businesses, each selecting products based not on a national sales plan, but on their own interests and needs of their local customers, guarantees a much larger range of product choices. Joanne O'Connell, a writer from The Guardian, says that independent shops often stock items which are made locally and aren't available elsewhere. Local shops also support local artists and designers, food producers, and fruit growers. So you're buying products absolutely unique to your area. Another plus is that if the local store does not have what you are looking for, many times they are more than willing to order that item just for you. Local stores are just a lot more personable. Shopping locally is a lot more convenient, and if they don't have what you are looking for, they can probably get it in. Shopping locally is good for the economy, your community, and is just way more convenient. So the next time you think, is it worth driving an hour away to save a buck? Is it worth the time? And wouldn't I rather go for the more convenient option? The option that will put money back into the community, which will benefit me in the future along with other people in the community? My family, personally, used to own a grocery store in a small town, and I know that my parents always tried to be very accommodating. People would call our house on a Sunday because they forgot to buy eggs or they need baby formula, and my parents would always help them out by opening up the store for them because that is what communities do. They help each other out. You should shop locally. I have covered 3 statements, including 1, shopping locally is good for the economy, 2, there is less reliance on imports, and 3, local businesses have one-of-a-kind business.